Hi, my name is traciedang and I am an entrepreneur, model, and actress. I had this strict routine of go to school, do sports, do music, come home, and then sleep, and then eat, and then go all the way back again. I have to be in this perfect box of an ideal Vietnamese young woman, either to be a doctor, scientist. I felt very trapped, sheltered, unhappy, and I was super excited to finally spread my wings and go to college. Oh my God, I'm moving away from home. I'm gonna be alone, independent this time. It was exciting. And I was at the UC Davis doing animal biology and I was super excited. I'm like, woo, yay, I'm doing this. Until the end of college years, I was super burnt out. I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do with my life. And I was thinking, Tracy, what the hell are you doing with your life? You're no longer doing medical and, doing sciences anymore. I felt like a failure. And the biggest thing why I felt like a failure was because I was lost. I didn't know what to do until finally I had the spark. One day I was hanging out with a friend and she kind of talked about saying, hey, do you want to go do a photo shoot together? I'm like, photo shoot? Like for what? She's like, take pictures of each other or with someone else taking pictures of us. I'm like, what? Wait, why? What's the point of this? She's like, to create, to have images of yourself and to look at yourself in a different way. And I'm like, okay, well, that sounds pretty cool. And so we went out, we did this photo shoot. I felt super empowered and I got back these beautiful, beautiful images. It boosts my confidence so high because I see myself so empowered and I looked at myself like, wow, that's me. I look so great. I could look like that. That's amazing. And that sparked a passion and it sparked a light in me for sure. I decided, you know what, modeling is definitely my passion. I feel good about myself. I love modeling. I love expressing myself through imagery and through style. And this is something that I want to do. And so finally, in 2015, the end of 2015, I got signed to my very first agency in San Francisco, got signed to another agency in California, and then to another agency internationally in Toronto. I started getting more and more jobs. I started working 10 times harder, getting signed to more and more agencies. I started doing a lot of print commercial work on top of events, event modeling, trade show modeling, working with different kinds of brands like Xbox, like Patron, alcohol brands, any kind of alcohol brands, any kind of tech brands, conferences, as a model, as a hostess model, you name it. And I started getting a lot of jobs doing that. And that made me really happy because it was always something different. It was always something evolving. And I loved talking to people, different kinds of people. And that's when I knew, you know what? I'm starting to get more and more jobs in this. On top of when I was working full-time at UC Davis, might as well quit this damn job and pursue this full-time that I want to do. And so I started doing that full-time. And so I just felt like those were just huge milestones on top of milestones and milestones. And that's when recently, 2 years ago, I started getting more into acting. The similarities between modeling and acting is that it goes hand in hand in terms of you are telling a story and you're also expressing emotions. For instance, in a photo shoot, if there's a particular type of mood or storyline saying, oh, they want someone that's sexy, badass, hero-like, how are you gonna express that through pictures if you don't know how to act it, right? So it's all about the expressions, the facial expressions, the body. For modeling, you're expressing it, modeling out with your facial expressions, your body, with your face. And then acting is the same way. You have to express those things, those emotions through acting as well, on screen, on video. One of the biggest difference is acting is more towards you have to talk and act in front of video, whereas modeling, it could be both photos and videos of you just posing and just doing face expressions and body expressions. You don't have to talk. Whereas acting, you have to not be shy to be in front of the camera and talk in the camera and like express it and act it out as well. And there's so much more into it. Acting, it's very different, like between drama, between comedy, for instance, you have to act certain ways. Modeling is different styles between posing for someone that's super sultry and sexy or someone that's innocent and sweet, and it's different, but yet it can be similar. I remember the most memorable work I have done, the Intel commercials. I remember my very first Intel commercial I did was they were launching their new Core i9 computer chip. And that was like a huge production for me. That was like one of my very first huge production where I was one of the main talent there for 3 days of filming. It was just so fun and memorable, and it paid a lot. It paid really well too. And it was just a great experience overall. I met some cool people there. Another work I've done was another Intel commercial this year was Project Athena that I've done too. And also working several times as an extra for 13 Reasons Why. Doing extra work recently, that kind of pushed me to also do more acting. I could definitely do a lead role, especially as an Asian American, since there's so few in Hollywood as lead actresses. I want to be that 1%. Like, I want to do that. I have the passion to do that. I want to use that to impact the world in a different way and to tell different stories, and that really motivated me. I remember the worst advice that someone has told me. I asked her, I was like, what is the advice you would give me? Because, you know, I'm interested in modeling, I want to get signed. What's one advice you should give me? She straight up told me, don't think about modeling. Just don't do it. You're too short. Just be a blogger or do something else, but don't do modeling. And I'm like, thanks for the encouragement, friend, because I'm too short and look at me now. I am a multifaceted, confident young woman, and I'm very expressive, I'm very compassionate, and I love telling stories through media. And so over time, after 2018, there was something missing in me. I wanted my own business. I had this itch and irking feeling in me like, I want to make money based on my own terms, not as an independent contractor anymore, but as me, as an entrepreneur. And this was at the end of in November 2019, when George also decided to quit his full-time job as a registered nurse at a clinic, and we pursue to create MOOTENS Productions, our very own company together. As I had the passion in photography over the years of doing modeling and acting, and for filming and for editing, you know what? We're sick of those kinds of jobs. Why not make our own? I became CEO and co-founder of MOOTENS Productions, and George is president and founder of MOOTENS Productions. Being CEO and one of the founders of our own company is very, very hard. You get to learn a lot about yourself and your partner especially. It is very, very overwhelming and hard, but at the same time, it is so rewarding. I would not trade anything in the world to lose this, to lose our lifestyle, to lose our livelihood in this. And so it gives me another perspective of the bigger picture of life and really appreciate life a lot more. And on top of that, I feel like I just want to do everything. I want to run my own business. I still want to model. I still want to act. I still want to create content. I still want to just create. I just want to do everything. And the biggest things that I've learned so far running your own business is to really have patience and to make sure you're learning something literally every single day. Like every single day. You cannot slack on your business because literally our company, our business is our life. And especially when I'm so passionate about it and George is so passionate about it, for us to do this together, it's so powerful and it's so dear to our heart. Like, I wouldn't trade anything in the world for it. So the 3 things I've learned so far throughout this whole journey, this is within a span of 5 years, is do not ever let doubt stop you. And if someone else is showing you that doubt of you, saying, oh, you can't do this because of X, Y, and Z, you can't do this, you can't do that, or if you're saying it internally yourself, thinking, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, don't let that stop you. Don't let your mind play mind tricks on you. If you're passionate about whatever it is, keep growing, learning, and just keep going for it. Because from there, if you keep growing and learning, it'll just go up from there. Don't let doubt stop you, because once doubt stops you, your learning stops and your passion stops. The second thing I've learned is to really find out what really excites you in life. It could be something as part of your career. It could be something that could be a hobby at first that turns into a career. That could be a lifestyle. If it's health, if it's fitness, if it's singing, if it's painting, whatever it is. What excites you in life? And then just run with it. That's another thing I've learned throughout this journey so far, is that I know modeling and acting still excites me in life, but then I've also grown to have other things that excites me in life as well, as owning our own company, having our own business. That excites me in life, and that's what pushes me to keep going and to work and work and work. And the third thing I've learned throughout this whole journey is you just have to keep going and keep growing. That's the third thing. You cannot stop. And once you stop and you're stagnant, you're not learning anything new anymore. You're just doing a routine, the same thing over and over again. 9 to 5, coming home, 9 to 5, coming home. And mad respect on all those people who are living that and who are doing that, by the way, because just make sure if you are doing that, still learn something new, still grow, keep going, keep growing. Because how else are you gonna grow and learn as a person if you don't do that? You need to do that. So if there is anything that you want to ask me or you want to discuss about in terms of any of these topics of business, modeling, acting, please let me know in the comments section below. I would love to have that dialogue with you. Or if there's any other questions that I haven't answered yet, please let me know too. I love to talk about these things and to really connect with all of you, and to really be transparent as much as possible with everyone and with each other, because we learn best from other people and from their stories as well. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you subscribe below, and whatever questions you have, please let me know in the comments section, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.